prepping for gaming a little bit. What do I need to? What was I doing? I was about to go to here. Go to that tab. Didn't pop up on here. That's a little bit of a bummer. Gotta change it up. Do it the way I know it'll work. Hello. So I'm going back to 600 here. $650. Thank you, Peep Lover 23, for following. A little wider there. There we go. That'll work for now. All right. Got that set up. We got the stats in. I think we're ready to go. I need to do one last thing, which I realized I should have done before we started. I need to find what number we ended on. Everybody, I'm back. Roll either in 10. No. 3. All right. Everybody, at the very end, they're saving throw memories. We were 93. So what happened last time? We we met with Tomlin. We interviewed him to see if what was he was up to. Uh, Found out that there was another girl coming to visit him, even though his fiancée had just died. We noticed that um, as we were leaving his place, he asked for our help because there was something weird going on in his backyard. So we went into the back and got attacked by some, what were they called? They were called scraplings. We got attacked by some scraplings. And so we had to fight those off. We did it. Yay. And afterwards, we left, started heading back to we headed back to the tavern and went down for a rest. And that's where we're at. So let's go ahead and get some music going. And we want that's the music. Okay. Take a short rest. Do I have any other things I get during battle? Roll a d4 in place of a normal damage. Oh, but I don't have key points yet. Oops. You use the attack action with an unarmed strike or a monk weapon on your turn. You can make one unarmed strike as a bonus action. Take the attack action and attack with a quarterstaff. You can also make an unarmed strike as a bonus action. Okay, I need to remember that. Whatever. So that's my unarmed. That counts as an unarmed short sword. I'm gonna say my short sword would be my martial weapon, and then an unarmed cat's claw would be my normal attacks. Alright, here we go. Let's do it. You ready? You wake up with moonlight streaming in the window. It's a beautiful, clear night, but you feel the back of your neck prickle. After walking to the window, you look across cobblestone streets to the roof of the neighboring building. A hunched, hairy shape is silhouetted against the night sky and limned with moonlight. Though its face is obscured in shadows, its eyes burn with a golden fire. Whatever it is extends a long, powerful arm in your direction and waits. The rooftop is across the street and angled slightly upwards from your second-story room. You can open the window and call out to the creature, or you can call out for help, or charge outside to attack the beast. Let's see. A little tipsy, so I would I call out? I wouldn't call for help. I don't know if I would charge outside. I think I would go switch back. Oops, and then boop, meet you. Would I go outside? I would call out the window. That's what I would do. Hey, you! 79. You open a window and call out to the hunched figure, asking what it wants. It lowers its arm, but the risen moon is behind the creature and is obscured by shadow. All that you can tell is that it keeps its powerful form close to the rooftop and is bristling with hair that is either worn or naturally occurring, and eyes that catch the moonlight in glints of golden yellow. He's mine! It snarls with the force of a whip cracking. A low growl rumbles through the night just before the form disappears over the top edge of the rooftop. It makes no other appearance. You're bone tired after your full day in Langston, but the encounter has left you feeling a bit rattled. You can either try to get some more sleep or stay up and keep watch. I don't know. Which one should we do? I'm asking you, chat. should sleep. Alright. Despite the scare you just had, you see it as just another day in the life of a hero for hire. You check that the door and window are locked, draw the curtains, and crawl back into bed. In the dark, with just the sound of your own beating heart, it's harder than you had thought to find sleep. Roll either a Constitution or Wisdom saving throw. If you get 12 or more, you get the benefits of a long rest. If you get under 12, you get benefits of a short rest. Alright, let's see. I don't think that's right. Unarmored class, that seems low. Let me check that real quick. Unarmored defense. Plus your dexterity modifier, plus your wisdom modifier. 10 plus my dex, so my wisdom is a 2. And my dexterity is a 3. I'm supposed to have a 15 armor class. That's not right. Where is armor class? Somewhere in here. I'll look into that later. But right now, we're gonna fix that because that was brutal that other game. Okay. I need to do either a wisdom or a constitution save. Wisdom's a 2, constitution's a 1. We're gonna do a wisdom save. Let's see. 13 is better than 12. Get a long rest. Didn't really need it, but we got it anyways. Alright. Getting messages in Discord. I need to check on one thing. I apologize. Twitch.tv. Alright, so we got our long rest in. When dawn breaks, you climb out of bed and prepare for the day. Go to 107. Cold breakfast is just outside the door of your room, which you eat as you go. The common room is empty, and the streets are quiet. The wagon that was laden with flowers from the funeral still sits outside of the inn. You remind yourself of your purpose here, and head out of town to speak to the druid. You get the path to the druid's grove marked on your map before leaving town. Go to 108. Alright. Chapter 3. Alright. Speaking to Roy. You leave from the southwest and cross the river onto a seldom-used dirt road. You walk along the road until you reach the path leading into the Druid's Grove. The path to the grove winds through old-growth forest. It's beautiful and peaceful beyond your expectations. Shafts of light piercing the canopy to dapple a forest floor of pillowy moss. Everything is rich brown and shining green. Is there a picture of that? There was somewhere. But something is wrong. Silence hangs over the wood like a shroud. No birds are singing. No insects are humming in the undergrowth. Not even the distant call of a raven breaks the stillness. It's concerning. Something is very wrong. There's the picture. It's a good picture. Can you see that? Nope. You need to refresh. My goodness. Where's my PDF? EPUB. Apologies. Very messy today, seems. Alright. You walk through the eerily quiet wood. The sunlight jabs through the canopy, creating little pools of light everywhere. The lack of sound is unnerving. You go into the woods anyway. You move unbothered south along the path through the silent woods. Eventually, you reach a clearing. At first, you wonder if it's the Druid's Grove, but it's just a place where the trees have green grass, a little room to grow. It seems like a good place to stop for a moment and have a drink from your water skin. But you do a quick spot check for threats first. So I think we're down here. Down in this area, I believe. Roll an intelligence or a nature or perception check. Let's see. Perception is 4. Nature's a -1. We're gonna do perception. Gotta get a 15. Come on, 15. Come on, 15. Boom! Got more than 15. Go to 155. Lounging in a nearby tree, you see a single tiny beast with leathery wings folded over a rounded body. Its long, sharp proboscis. Ooh. Oh, audio's a little quiet. I can tweak that. Thank you. Is that any better? Checkity check. Also, thanks for the follow, Webhead. Is Oh, sweet, perfect. Thank you. Thanks for the feedback. Holding its long, sharp proboscis dips as it dozes. It's holding itself in the tree with clawed legs. It's a sturge, and while it hadn't noticed you enter the clearing, it sees you now. Remarkably, however, you have a clear shot. If you have a ranged attack, you can attack once with advantage as a surprise round. It approaches with melee range in the first round. Oh dear. Do I have ranged? I don't actually have ranged. I do have darts. Yes. All right. I will take a surprised round. Do I have a shot of the Sturge somewhere here? There it is. Yikes. All right. We are on number 144, I think. 144. 144. Creature. Alright, it was hanging upside down in a tree. We'll put it up here. In this tree, I'd be walking on the path. So I would be... not in there, I'm the party, I'm the PC. Alright. So, we're going to clear this out. Clear the round. Turn order is empty. I get a free attack. So I will throw a dart at it. Just a normal roll. What did I get? 16 beats 14. That's a hit. How much damage do I do? Oh, take it out in one hit. That's how you take care of Sturges. 38. Gain inspiration. Yes. All right. You knock the little bloodsucker out of the air. It falls to the ground, twitches a couple times, and then lies still. This clearing still seems like a good place to take a rest. As you rest, however, the sound does not return to the woods. The Sturge was not the cause of the unease. Benefits of a short rest. Did I lose a dart? Not calculating my darts. That's fine. I'll deal with that later. It's okay. I went back and picked it up. Short rest. I didn't do anything, so I'll do it anyways. Didn't do anything. When you're ready to move on, you can continue towards the Druid's Grove. Whoa. After twisting and turning a little way through the woods and calming down after your run-in with the Sturge, you reach the edge of the trees above what could only be the Druid's home. The woods open up into a pasture dotted with wildflowers, a craggy outcropping of stone just up from the center, and it looks like there's a small kitchen area set up under an overhang, along with a hammock, a table, and a chest. It looks like a naturally occurring lean-to, or a cottage, with most of the walls missing. The Druid is nowhere to be seen. You can clearly see that the grove is occupied, however. Near the outcropping, you can see a medium-sized wolf. The animal is stocky and slightly red in color, and hasn't noticed you yet, though it raises its head to sniff at the air from time to time. I try to sneak, or to stride into the grove. Drinks in motion is not a stealthy person. Just walks right on in. You enter the grove without any attempt to hide your presence. The Druid clearly enjoys the sun, as the grove is a large clearing. Clumps of flowers, both wild and cultivated, dot the space, and the stone outcropping turned cabin stands at the center of a naturally beauty the natural beauty around you. As you approach, the wolf, much more powerful looking up close, stalks into view from behind the druid's home. Its head is down and its hackles are up, but it's not baring its teeth at you. As you and the wolf look at each other, you also see that its muzzle is smeared and speckled with what appears to be fresh blood. Okay. I think Drinkson would just go up, try to be peaceful. Hey! The wolf looks quizzically at you, clearly confused about what to do next, but also not attacking. It flicks its ears and appears lost in thought. If you have any rations in your pack, you could offer some food to the wolf. Alternatively, you could try to communicate with the wolf by speaking to it normally. Or if you have speak with animals. I don't have speak with animals. Let's see. So I have rations. I could give it a ration. It's not a good ration. It's like cat food. Well, it's a wolf. You pull some rations out of your pack and put it on the ground for the wolf to eat. Remove one ration from your inventory. Gain inspiration. Yes. The wolf sniffs at what you've offered and then takes a bite. It nods in appreciation as it snaps and snuffles through the meal. When it finishes, it sits on its haunches, licking its lips and nodding. It looks to you expectantly. Can't speak with it. So I can't speak with animals, so I'll just speak to the wolf normally. The wolf in the druid's grove seems unusually intent on you and responsive to your actions. You wonder out loud if it can understand you. It nods. You ask who or what the wolf is and why it can understand me. It trots over to the living area under the rock outcropping and noses around a pile of tattered clothes. A moment later, it comes trotting back with a wooden druidic holy symbol. It drops the symbol at your feet. You have found the druid. The druid is the wolf. Okay. You ask the druid to revert back to his dwarven shape, but he woefully shakes his head. He trots towards the home built under the outcropping, clearly requesting you follow. The inside is joyfully sloppy as the dwarf himself. Is as joyfully sloppy as the dwarf himself. The druid in the wolf form pads around for a few minutes until he jams his snout into a box of scrolls. After gingerly lifting a few out and unfurling them, the druid places a paw on one. You read, Polypox, or Doppelganger's Curse. Polypox is a blood-borne disease that affects those who can innately change their shape. Doppelgangers, dragons if they contact it, or even unfortunate members of druidic circles. It causes sporadic, uncontrollable shapeshifts that persist as long as the disease itself, which can last weeks before recovery. In extreme cases, delirium and even memory loss can occur. Following the description of the disease, excuse me. Following the description of the disease, there's a recipe for a decoction, including wolfsbane, sage, and hornwort. You ask if these herbs grow nearby, and the druid nods. You also ask if the herbalist will have them, and get another emphatic nod. You ask if you can take this page from the book, and the wolf nods. So, now we need to add the polypox cure recipe. .1 on the weight. It's too light. It doesn't even need a weight. No, this is not 10 times 1. This is 0.1. There it is. I added it. Ask if the druid is sure it's polypox. Oh man. Hey, four viewers. That's awesome. Hello, viewers. The wolf stares at you for a moment, then starts to vibrate. Its form starts to soften, and the bones and muscles move. And then, with a sneeze, all motion stops. The druid nods, and then stares impatiently at you. I can try to find the herbs myself, or go back to town and get them from Tomlin. What should I do? Should I look for myself, or go back to Tomlin? I'm asking the viewers this, if you can figure that out. To find the herbs for the druid to help him with his polypox. Should I go back to town, or should I go search myself? One I don't know. Webhead or Hellfire? Up to you. I don't know what kind of delay we got. Alright. I'm going to search for myself, I think. Oh, I waited too long. Alright, we're going to search for ourselves. The wolf motions with its head to follow and lead you to a patch of woods where it sits down and yips. Clearly, this is where you're meant to start. As you approach, the druid starts sniffing at the ground, so he's clearly here to help. His heightened senses will probably be valuable in finding what he needs, and you're there to help him harvest the ingredients. You start by looking for sage. Alright, let's look for some sage. You and the druid work together to find wild sage. Survival or intelligent, or nature. Nature's -1. Survival is a +2. We're going to do a survival. It's at advantage because he's helping. Awesome. $17 is more than 10. Thank goodness for that advantage. Alright, what do we got? Success! You and the druid uncover a patch of wild sage and you harvest enough to brew a tea. Add sage to your inventory. 1 sage, please. Next, you need to search out some hornwort. 120. Dino. The druid leads you to a shallow pond that you never would have noticed without him. This looks like a great place to find wild hornwort. You wade into the water searching for the medicinal weed. Survival or nature at advantage again as Roy is helping. This time a 12. We'll do survival again. At advantage. Come on. 14 is better than 12. Woo! You manage to find the hornwort in the pond. You harvest enough for the cure and set them in your pack. 1 hornwort. Alright, next, you need to find some wolfsbane. Let's do it. Wolfsbane should be in season, but given its toxic nature, it's unlikely that Roy cultivates it near the grove. You may have to find a sunny clearing somewhere further into the woods. Survival again. And it's at advantage. Come on. Oh yeah. Oh, perfect. Nat 20. As the druid is helping. If you get 15 or more, go to 154. You manage to find a wolfsbane and carefully collect a number of parts of the plant carefully to not get any of the toxins into your eyes or face. Add wolfsbane. 1 wolfsbane. All right. Anything in the chat? What? People ever, what do you mean by dino? If you've collected all the ingredients for the polypox cure, Roy in wolf form darts ahead of you to the grove. Go to 140. If you're missing ingredients, we've got all 3. When you arrive in the grove, Roy is waiting for you in wolf form. He helps you find a battered teapot in his kitchen cubby, and you brew him a tea from the medicinal herbs. Looking for a teacup, you can't find one and just pour the steaming bitter brew into a bowl of questionable cleanliness. This doesn't seem to bother the druid as he laps up the medicine. After finishing the bowl, I like that dog in the. After finishing the bowl, the druid lies down and you follow suit, finding a comfortable place on the ground to sit. After about an hour or so, the wolf's form starts to ripple and shift. Roy gets up and paces, a low whine escaping his throat. With a rustling sound like a wind in tall grass, the fur recedes back into his skin. His limbs groan and pop as they shorten and twist back into his natural shape. Oh, hey, Grim. Grimble. Not Grim. Grim's a completely different guy. After finishing, his limbs groan and pop as they shorten and twist back into his natural shape. Eventually, Roy ceases to be a wolf and changes back into a dwarf who smiles broadly at you despite a red nose and watery eyes. Ah, that's so much better, he says, wiping his nose with his sleeve. Snot and all. That's a first for me. Ooh, polypox isn't easy to catch. It's a blood-borne disease. And while there was that elderly sturge in the wood after being abandoned by its swarm, it couldn't have gone far. So there was some other shapeshifter nearby that passed the disease. Maybe some doppelganger traveling in disguise or a lycanthrope passing through one night. Must be slipping. He thanks you profusely and says he wants to return the favor with a gift. He unclasps the silver starburst brooch on his chest and presents it to you. This is the Silver Star, he says. A gift from an old cleric friend of mine, Selene's predecessor at the temple. Since we druids have problems removing curses, he thought it would be helpful. Still haven't used it, but maybe you can find a use for it. Add the Silver Star to my inventory. And I should probably remove these other ones. Alright. 1 Silver Star, please. And I bet you on the next page, it shows me the Silver Star. It does. What? I didn't do that. Copy. Alright. So, we're going to go to loot. Loot. Oh. No, it's not on a loot. It's in my hands. So add a handout here. Edit. Silver Star. We're not going to add an image. It's not super important. What? Oh. Yes, I know. Also Tor, also Marxist. Don't forget Marxist. And what's your new one? You just had a new one. Anyhow, the Silver Star was created by holy orders to protect common folk and monster hunters alike. The Silver Star is a rare, wondrous item. It has a single charge of Remove Curse within it, with a range of touch. When used, the Silver Star glows brightly and discharges star-like notes of energy. Who was your new character? We just played. Oh shoot, that's gonna drive me insane. Alright, save. Alright, so we've got to remove curse. What were you? What did you play? What kind of character? Maybe that'll help. Or you could check. That's kind of cheating though, right? Here, I can even... From... Wondrous One-Shots. Where's Wondrous One-Shots? Nerdy Wondrous One-Shots. Oh, the Blade Singer Wizard. Characters. Oh my goodness. Oh, Xander. That's right, Xander. Okay, so I've got a remove curse available now. That's good to know. Casting remove curse on the star recharges it. It can only hold 1 charge at a time. This item requires attunement. I am Webhead 429, player of Grimble, player of Tor, player of Marxus, and player of Xander. I don't know what that was. Um, Anywho, um, I will attune that tonight. Uh, the druid is happy to have you back anytime you need anything, but at the moment he badly needs a rest. Before you return to Langston, you can ask him a few last questions. I'll ask him about the claw, or ask Roy if he had polypox before or after Maybelline's death. Both good questions. We'll start with the claw. You ask if this could have been the killer, and Roy shakes his head. Not a chance. This is a wee little thing. You should look at what's left of the girl. You'll see that these poor victims were mauled by some beast much larger than this. But this could still be of some use. He asks for the claw. You hand it over, and Roy binds it with some leather from nearby, chanting softly in the druidic language as he goes. Light yellow motes of energy coalesce around the limb, whose claws are now tightly bound in a leather strap. He hands you the dismembered limb. The scrappling claw will act as a magic club +1 for the next week. At the end of the week, however, its magic will fade. Whoa. I hope that helps you for a bit, adventurer, Roy says. Now, until I see you next, I must rest. Is there a picture of it? I thought there was a picture of it. Apparently not. If you haven't asked yet, you can still find out when he got sick. I will. Gain inspiration. Boom. So I don't know. You probably don't know this, but in this session, I stack inspirations. So I currently have 4 of them I can use for any roll. But I am definitely going to make sure that I follow the rule of having to roll ahead of time. Otherwise, it's just ridiculous. So I have a club +1. A club baba. It was a club, right? Talk about the scrapping claw again. Club. Club +2, +3. There's a club +1. Drag it in. Rename it. Scrappling claw. And that he said it lasts for the next week. So, this campaign. Alright, already changed it. It's a 1d4 bludgeoning. Eh. My sword's 1d3 plus 1d6 plus 3. I don't know. Okay. Alright. So, we'll head back to town. Or did we ask? I don't know if we asked. Darn it. When did you get sick? Gain inspiration. I didn't read it, though. That was the problem. I can't rightly say when I got sick, he says, but I'm pretty sure I started feeling a bit sniffly around the new moon. Took a couple weeks to start sneezing and changing, though. You continue questioning Roy about whether or not he has any amnesia. As far as I can tell, there's no gaps in my memory. Wasn't even sneezing or anything by the time the moon was full. Only just today did I have the first uncontrollable change. Oh, am I a suspect now? He doesn't wait for an answer, just throws his head back and laughs. You ask if the polypox has anything to do with werewolves, then. A werewolf? Any lycanthrope can definitely get polypox, but just be a carrier. It's tough to say, but I do know it's a blood-borne disease, and I haven't been fighting anything with fur these past months. Probably that old sturge in the woods infected me. It got me pretty good one time. Finally, you ask if Maybelline died on the night of the full moon. Now that you mention it, yes! That young lady died right around then, maybe even on the night of the full moon. So you may be onto something there. From here, you can ask Roy about the Scrapping Claw. I already did that. Or say goodbye and return to town for a rest. We'll go return to town. You return to the inn for a well-deserved rest after a very busy day. You eat a hearty meal alone in the common room before falling into an exhausted sleep. You are troubled by dreams as you sleep. In one, you are attacked by rose bushes that claw at you with their thorns. In another, you are running through the streets of Langston on all fours. In a third, man, 3 dreams. That's pretty impressive. In a third, you see the hulking shape that woke you before as it watched you from a nearby rooftop. It bears down on you, but you cross over into a shaft of sunlight. As the dark beast reaches into the light for you, it starts to crackle and crumble. Just as it's about to become visible, you wake up with a start. You lie in your bed at the inn. You are alone in the room, and there's nothing outside the window. You may either try to go back to sleep or get up to keep watch. Should I sleep or keep watch? I don't know. Some weird dreams going on. Can I do a poll in this? That'd be cool if I could do a poll. I'll have to look into that. Oh, I'm sleeping. Alright, what could go wrong? Well, nothing. Despite the interruption, you eventually manage to get back to sleep. Get the benefits of a long rest. Alright, we're going to jump back to the city view. Go to my token. Do a bang long rest. Famous last words, right? You get a long rest. You wake up not entirely rested, but better off than last night. As you're getting ready for the day, there's a knock at your door. Answer the door, draw a weapon and answer the door, or ignore the knocking. So I'm a drunken master fighter, a monk. So how would I respond? Would I ignore the knocking? I don't think I would ignore it. I don't think I'd... What is knocking? I would go over and just answer it. I don't think I'd pull out a weapon. You open the door to the innkeeper carrying a steaming tray. He gives you your... Like if you watch WWE, like Roman Reigns. Oh, I think it's Roman Reigns, or is that what's that stupid guy? Anyhow, you open the door to the innkeeper carrying a steaming tray. He gives you your breakfast and asks if you're doing well. The Sun Cleric was in the tavern last night. She was asking after you and over after you then and today. Will you be visiting her today? Uh, this is supposed to be in quotes, I'm guessing. She has asked that you come to the temple. It seems that people in town have been talking, and she thinks she can help. You also have this. You have this from the mayor's office. He places a note among your dishes. You thank the innkeeper for the message and the breakfast. You eat as you read the note. The note is a square piece of paper with neatly cut edges. There is a new lead that you will need to follow. Come to town hall. That's a waste of a square piece of paper. It should just be like that little thing right there. Checking both sides of the paper. There's nothing else. Yeah. All right. And we are right at about an hour. It's probably chapter. I mean, we're hitting chapter 4 right now. I might go for. What time is it? I'm trying to keep these an hour long so that they're not too overpowering, and people can actually watch them in a single set. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end the stream just to get it to stop, and then I'm gonna start a new stream up. You're welcome to join me. I'd love to have you. Thanks for the follows. We're trying to get to 20. If you know anybody who'd be interested, let them know. Smash that follow button. I don't. Yeah. And with that, bye or see you in a minute.